and welcome to the 1 year anniversary of Stretch the Sketch. So this is a series where a bunch of us take a sketch each month and we stretch it, shrink it, do all kinds of fun things to it. We are celebrating by doing each of the previous month's sketches. So I am doing this one right here. It is a sketch by Jill Sprott of the Hip Kit Club. So this is the sketch I'm going to be using, and these are the photos I've chosen. So I have these 5 photos of a room in Disneyland's Paradise Pier Hotel. So let's see what I can do. I have all these great papers here that I'm just going to kind of layer down the page how the sketch is. And to do that, I'm going to treat my 2-page spread as one big 12 by 24 canvas. And as you can see, I had a little bit of ink there, so I needed to flip it over so that that ink was actually on the back side of the layout instead of the front side. So here it is. I've got this big old expanse of white space that I need to do something with. I need to make it fun and beautiful and colorful and really just kind of embrace that sketch. So yes, look at that. I'm using the B-side of a cut-apart sheet. I know that that makes some people cringe, and that is okay. It's okay. It's not bothering me, and I love the stars, so it's all good. It is all good. Now I'm going to go ahead and add in this little teal piece of paper here, and then we also have this fun mosaic one from Box of Crayons, and that's just gonna layer, and I'm trying to figure out where that's going to go. I figured that since that paper was really like super busy, I really needed it to kind of be on both sides of the layout. I needed that bright pop of color everywhere. And I'm not really worrying about the papers that are kind of hanging off the top yet. We'll deal with those in a little bit. I'm just really trying to get the layout kind of taken care of. Get those base colors on there. And then of course I have issues like being able to cut it off with my trimmer because the stuff doesn't really exactly fit in the trimmer. So I'm trimming it off with my scissors and we're making things happen. But there is a lot of layers that are sticking off the edge of that page, and it's just like, come on, Sandy, just get it cut. So then I decide to put the layout into the trimmer so I can separate this part of it, but there's so many layers it doesn't really separate. Like this is just a little bit of a mess going on right now, and it is definitely a struggle for me to get these papers cut. It takes me much longer than it really should. I put off a lot of effort just to get it done. So I'm getting rid of all those scraps, and then I'm straightening up some things, and I'm like, yes, look at this. Look at all these colors. I'm loving it. And I really am. I love how the colors kind of work together. And now I just have to figure out where my photos are going to go. And I have to figure out which photos I'm going to use. So I originally had 5 photos out, but that isn't going to work for me. I'm going to do 4. That's just the way it's going to be. Now I have this one sheet of green paper. I wish I had 2, but I don't. So since I only have the one sheet and I'm using 4x6 photos, I have to trim down 2 of the 4 photos so that I can make sure that my mind just literally blanked on me, guys. So I have to make sure that I can get this green all the way around the photo. And I decided to switch out the photo that was a 4x6 versus one that was going to be cut. And I'm just trimming it down until I get a good mat of green around. Now, I probably could have measured it and just did it really quick that way, but I did not. Okay, and these photos are from Disney's Paradise Pier Hotel at Disneyland. And look at that. Do you see the Toy Story ball on the bed? Oh, it was so great. Now I am going to matte these photos, or not matte these photos, pop these photos up on some unfun foam.
And just in case you were wondering, unfun foam is that foam that does not have adhesive on one side. Fun foam has it, and the unfun does not. But honestly, every time I've gone to the craft store for foam, I have found single sheets of foam on ridiculous priced clearance that doesn't have the adhesive, and I just get it because honestly it's nothing for me to add some ATG on it. So I just make sure that my two layouts are together so that they can read as one layout. And these thickers here are from Vicky Boot, and I'm going to use the good stuff. And I have these couple little things right here, these little holders, and they've got some things that I like to use for my Disneyland and my Disney trash can layouts. And I just keep them all together, and I'm trying to figure out, what else I'm going to bring in. I really wanted to bring in those circus tent ones because of the black and white striped on it, and I had the black and white striped paper, but everything I'm pulling out just isn't really working for me. Like, I'm like, eh. And now that I'm looking at myself scrapbooking this layout, I realize I have 2 bed pictures and 2 lamp pictures. So yeah, really going with the decor on this one. Now this is a sticker sheet from PhotoPlay, and I pulled that out because I knew that I would be able to go ahead and get a whole bunch of elements off of here just to really decorate the page. And I did not like the gap that frame would have created if I would have put it on the right side of that photo. I liked the fact that I bridged that gap between the black and white stripe and the yellow star paper. And I really have no plan in my mind right now past just grabbing these stickers and placing them down. Now this magical ends up going over there, which makes me super happy. And I'm just literally looking at the stickers, trying to figure out what's going to go where and just plopping it down. And I added that you are here because then that's another thing that I'm kind of like making these messy layers of paper connect. And I'm really being careful with the title because I did not want to get into the point where my F's were covered up by my photo. So we're going to add that little Mickey head right there. Because if you're doing any kind of Disney page, you can always add a Mickey head. Like, that's always an option. And now why this had to be done right at this moment is beyond me. But the papers were kind of loose there, so I needed to get that adhesive down. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, you know what? I actually could throw some journaling on here and this page could be finished. Because there is a lot going on with all of this pattern here. There is, guys. There is a lot going on with all of this pattern. But no, couple things. More is more, and this is a Disney layout. So I always feel like maybe my Disney layouts are the place where I could even go even more is more. So I'm just doing that. Now, while I am messing around here and adding things in, please make sure that you get on the links down below and you check out every single ladies' creation for our celebration of the 12 months of Stretch Your Sketch. We have all taken sketches that we used over the past year and we are doing them. So it's super fun. I'm just really excited for it. Now, I am going through my little embellishment and sticker area, which kind of lives on the right-hand side of me while I am scrapbooking. And I'm just pulling things out and I'm flipping through and I'm just trying to figure out what I can use and where I can use it. Now, I decided to go with some gold accident things from Vicky Booten, and hey, it works. So that is what I'm doing here. I'm just going to go ahead and layer up stickers. And of course, I tried to be really good. So I tried to be really good and get my layers all situated and where I wanted them to be. But it turns out that my layers that I'm doing on top, I am still a top-down scrapbooker. So I am picking things up and tucking them under. And that just happens. It just happens. So I had that magical sticker over there, and I added this clear word sticker that said memories next to it, and that just worked for me. And now I'm just trying to figure out where these little things are going, where these little things I can just tuck in to just give it a little bit more interest, to give it a little bit more fun. So there's a whole bunch of label stickers labeled over there over that photo. And I'm actually thinking that all of these layers that I'm layering on top of this really busy background paper, it's actually toning it down a little bit. And that might seem counterintuitive. You're like, wait a second, what do you mean? You're adding more and more on top of this, and you think that that's toning it down? Well, yeah, it is toning it down because it's giving your eye something else to rest on besides that kind of crazy mosaic-y, kaleidoscope-y background. Now, I am just adding more and more and more. So I've got all kinds of puffy stickers. I've got all kinds of flat stickers. I'm just like, yes, yes, yes. I want to keep adding. And I'm like, what else can I put on this layout? Because it needs more. So I'm adding in some more arrows, and arrows are always a good thing. So I have a couple of things that I think are, could go with anything. Stars, hearts, arrows, they're the kind of things where I'm like, that can go on any kind of page. Any kind of page whatsoever. So, yeah. And then I'm going to just sprinkle these little stars around, and these are also out of the Vicky Boutin book. I'm swinging through the Chamel just in case, because, Chamel's stuff just kind of makes me think, yes, it works for Disney. So I just added that little hello in there because I kind of felt like this poor little picture over here was getting the shaft. I've got all this stuff going on the two pictures that are on the outside edges of the layout, and there's a lot of decoration going on right next to the one lamp picture, but this poor guy is not getting a lot of attention. So I decided to pull out these little enamel photo quarters, and these are from Bella Boulevard. And I'm just going to put those on these inside photos because hopefully it'll give them a little bit of extra oomph, a little bit of extra decoration so they're not feeling so lonely. And then I'm going to mix around these yellow stars just around the page where I've got some decoration already going. And I'm like, yes, yes, yes. I keep adding more and more. There's so much on here, and I'm happy with it because more is more. And in this case, even more is more. So we're just going to go ahead and get these little guys all sprinkled around the page. And these are they're like flat puffy sticker enamel dots. So they're working okay for me. I'm happy with it. I'm like, nope, that's not actually going to go there. We're going to put you over here. And then I decide to bring in some more hearts because it's Disney and I love Disney. Now, I really like this, how I added these two hearts on both of those arrows. I just think it adds some weight to the arrows, and it just makes my little heart happy. So that's what matters, is when your layouts make you happy. Now, I thought about outlining the white part of the paper, but did not. So there it is, guys. Thanks so much.